Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I just wanted to do a small review and book recommendation for this book, Principles of Islamic Studies, by brother Ustaz Harun Verstaen. If I pronounce your name wrong, please forgive me. So this text is it's a beautiful small book that the author, may Allah preserve him, has translated from a number of Islamic texts. And it discusses the 10 principles or the 10 concepts that you should learn or understand before embarking on the study of a specific science, right? What we call the Mabadi' al-Ashara, the 10 almost starting points is one way that you could actually translate it, or the 10 principles is another way to translate it. So he's done the 10 Mabadi', right, for every science, or for the main Islamic sciences, the 17 sciences. So for example, let's just random Mustalah Hadith, right? So here he mentions the definition, then the subject matter of the science, the fruits of studying the science, the relationship. Now, I cannot stress how important this is to know the relationship between the different sciences, how the different sciences overlap and connect and support each other, right? The virtue, the Islamic virtue of studying that science, a brief discussion on the founder of the science, so the first author of that science, the names. Now, many sciences have more than one name. So, for example, in Mustalah al-Hadith, we have Ilm al-Hadith, Usul al-Hadith, Qawa'id al-Hadith, so on. The sources, or istimdad as in Arabic, where this science draws the information and knowledge from. The judgment, i.e. the ruling of studying such science. Is it haram? Is it wajib? Is it recommended? Mustahab? Some of the masail or issues that are covered in that science. But he adds something very nice at the end, and that is he mentions on each science a number of the beginning or the primer texts for that science. And a nice touch that he's given was, for example, in fiqh and the usul of fiqh, for example, he will mention a book from each madhab. Even for those that don't follow a madhab, for example, in fiqh and usul, he adds a primer from that methodology, which is really nice. It's something that every student of knowledge should be aware of. Now, traditionally, scholars have added the Mabadi' al-Ashara at the beginning of their texts and introductions. Many of for example, the Azahira scholars, the scholars of Al-Azhar, they start their lessons by going through the Mabadi' for each science, for the science that they're teaching. And it's something that's lost almost. It's not, I think that sometimes we don't give it its due diligence, sometimes. And I thought this text is, a good start in the English language. And, it's very brief, so it's not a very heavy read, which is nice. So if you're a beginning student or something new to you, you're not going to be bogged down with lots of, jargon and heavy terminologies. It's a very nice, simple read and very well organized. And, each part could be for each science. So, for example, the definition of the science. There, for example, the names of the sciences. You could actually, or the founders of the sciences, you could write a small book on each part, extend it. So this is something that I highly recommend students to grab. Usually you'll find, for each science at the beginning of a book, you might find it. But to find every science in one book easily accessible is not as common. So yeah, this is a very important book for students in the English language to have. Even if you study in Arabic, it's still something I think you could benefit from. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward the author for making this book accessible to us and to make it heavy on his scale of deeds on Yawm Qiyamah. And I look forward to him releasing more books on this topic. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.